Florid psychosis. On the advice of a friend, I've stopped dreaming. As a result, I've developed a florid psychosis in which everything I've dreamed for the last 33 years is now real. I have new friends, a new job, my dead relatives have all come back, I'm half my weight, have all my hair, reside in Prague. It's February 1924. Kafka won't die until June. Freud's 67. He's just published The Ego and the Id. My superego refuses to read it. Lottie Reininger is working on the cutouts for Prince Ahmed. I bought a radio embroidered with pearls. I tuned it to the future, but it only plays the sleepy past.
This next one is called Not I, and that's the title is K-N-O-T-E-Y-E. Not I. The diagnosis was peculiar, the doctors agreed, but so was the condition. He had not I. He was unable to see a piece of string, but he could see the knot. He was unable to make out a plank, but he could see the darkened whirl. He was unable to see his girlfriend's discomfort, but he saw her stomach tighten as they discussed Thanksgiving. She wanted to get married. He was afraid. Their bickering led to lumpy disagreements, but he knew, sooner or later, they'd fall back into each other's arms. That's the way it is with the world. What waits for us at the end is embrace. He stared into the large mirror in her living room and watched as she wound her stringy arms around his skinny neck. Thank you. This poem is literary. I do teach English in college, and this one refers to the Tempest. In the Tempest, there's a young couple, Prince Ferdinand, and he marries Miranda. This is called Ferdinand Gets Married. Now, Ferdinand marries Miranda, so the form of this poem is a series of questions and answers like what a policeman might ask a suspect reading the suspect is right. So this is Ferdinand getting Mirandized, okay? That's the fun. Ferdinand gets married. You have the right to remain angry, but anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to your own opinion. If you can't afford an opinion will be provided for you. You have the right to be happy. If you can't afford happiness, contentment may be made available. You have the right to consult your feelings, but your intelligence may not be present during questioning. Do you understand these rights? If you understand these rights, say, I do. This one is called The Basement of Desire. Sooner or later, you realize that all the leftover wood you've been saving, all the scraps of PVC pipe in the utility closet, all the plumbing nuggets you've squirreled away, all the used sandpaper, loose roofing nails, railroad spikes, iron filings, copper battery caps, coils of solder, cylinders of tin, carafes of glue, single hinges, tubs of bulbs, nylon cord, bladeless hacksaws, rusted caulk guns, bent nails, blunt screws, broken hammers, brittle gaskets, sleeves of galvanized washers, leftover shims, insulation kits, cans of mineral spirits, screen door hardware, drawers of squeeze nozzles, noxious solvents, the whole haberdashery of plastic pieces, sheathing connectors and containers is just a metaphor of shifting meaning representing sequentially and recursively your childhood, your body, your marriage, and your mind. This one is called When the Translator Disappears, the Translation Withers and Dies. The kidnapping of the translator made big news for a short time, but then the general incomprehensibility of things resumed, and everyone, except Lorraine, went back to work. Lorraine refused to extend the futility of human communication. What was the point, she wanted to know? What was the point of speaking if now that the translator had been kidnapped, no one could decipher what she
or anyone else had to say. Lorraine could not fathom how people could return to work. How was work even possible, she wondered. An iron silence began to oppress her as she slept. It crept into her body, and she felt herself incapable of raising her arms in greeting or to ward off a blow. She sank deep into bitterness, dreading the dawn and the sight of neighbors, egregious in their pretense of meaningful speech. She pined for the return of the translator, who became messianic in her eyes. Her dreams became denudative images, infused only with 2 lines of invariant dialogue. Come back to me. Can't you see I've never left? It was the translator speaking. He was holding her in his arms. He was licking her with the tenderness she so terribly craved. She felt, suddenly, as if for the first time, understood. And she understood perfectly, the repressed caress of words that poured from his mouth.
People who lose a leg to battle or disease often describe the feeling of having a phantom appendage, experiencing the sensation of still feeling the absent limb. When I lost you, I lost a piece of myself. I haven't felt whole since that day. It's not that I can't go on. I can. It's not that I can't think straight. I can. It's not that I can't focus. I can. It's that the future is now incomplete. It's that with your radical vanishing, the dignity of infinity is diminished.